Good morning from Playa del Carmen here in Mexico. I've been here for a couple days, just getting some work done, and that's the hotel I'm staying at, the Hotel Yum Kiin, I believe is how you pronounce it. That name is the traditional Mayan name for the sun god. So that's where the name of that hotel comes from. So Playa del Carmen is stop number 24 here in Mexico for me, and I've already exceeded my original plan by a few stops, and I still have a few more stops to go. It's one of the nice perks of traveling by myself and not really going with a firm schedule, just kind of, if I like a place I'll stay longer, and that has turned out to be the case more than a few times while I've been here. I've added days, and or in a couple of cases I've added a week to where I've been staying. Thankfully, I have to say, no place I've stayed shorter. I haven't packed up and left anywhere that I decided I wasn't all that interested in. But yeah, Playa is now number 24 here in Mexico. It's been a great time exploring down here through the Mayan Riviera area. Holbox was probably the best surprise of everywhere so far in terms of finding out about it kind of late in the game and kind of making plans to get there and everything, but turned out to be a pretty great place. And now here in Playa so far, it's been a really good experience. I have to say that at a personal level, I seem to have taken a liking to this place far more than I did in Cancun. It's infinitely more walkable. It's got a bit of a more laid-back vibe, despite being very touristy. But I think the difference with Cancun was that there's a real separation between the tourist kind of hotel zone, they call it, out on the sandbar in Cancun, and then the rest of the city, where most of the locals live and work. They travel back and forth to the hotel zone, which is a good hike. It was 40 minutes or 45 minutes each way to get out there. Here everything's kind of close together. It's still a big city, but you've got everything's kind of within walking distance. So for example, down here where I'm standing right now, there's the Municipal Palace building right there, the white building. 2 blocks that way is a Walmart, which was handy for picking up some groceries and stuff. With the Walmart being right there and having a bar fridge, it made it easy for me to go and pick up some supplies just for things like breakfasts and things I can have in my hotel room. I don't have to go out for and eat meals outside every day, which has been nice. So also from the main square here, if I walk 3 blocks that way, is the ADO Alterna bus station. There's 2 bus stations here in Playa. There's what they call the tourist bus station, which is about 4 or 5 blocks west of where I'm standing, and then the Alterna bus station, which is right here, only a couple blocks away. So in terms of that type of convenience, it's great. Then from where I'm standing as well, where we're heading in a moment, is down this way towards the water and the beach area, and there's also a huge street there which has all the tourist shops and restaurants and shopping area and big hotels and all that kind of stuff. It all feels much closer together and more compact, at least in this part of town. We'll see if we take a little wander out to some other parts of the city as well, just to kind of get for the different vibes. But yeah, as far as stop number 24 goes here in Mexico, this is so far so good. It's been really nice. I've also managed to find a few decent restaurants around and stuff as well. There's a couple of nice places. There's a taco shop less than a block away from my hotel called A Tacos, and it was great. It was 25 pesos for tacos, and then they had some deals on it and stuff as well. And then there's some other spots around that I have some pictures of that I will include here. Overall, so far, a great experience here in Playa del Carmen. And let's go for a little walk and have a look around. So I'm just down here. This is Avenue 10 that runs this way, and Calle 8 North right here as well. So this is the corner that I'm standing on at the moment. From here on down, it is walking only down the last couple blocks to get down to the beach. Just waiting for the traffic to clear out here, and then we're going to head down. So from here on down, you're pretty well all, as I mentioned, it's a walking street from here on down. And there's a cross street down here as well, which has all of the tourist shops and stuff on it. That's the one of the famous Senior Frogs chain places. I've never been, and doesn't really feel like my vibe at all, to be honest. Let's head down this way a little bit. I went the opposite direction yesterday, so we'll take a little walk down this way. I suspect it's mostly the same. Lots of restaurants, vendors, hotels, and those types of things. But it's a nice day for a walk. So. It's tough filming on that tourist street because every store or restaurant or building has different music playing, and we all know how much copyright issues come up with people on YouTube with music. So I just wanted to give you a little snippet of what it looked like. But now we are heading down here to the water. It's a little bit of a less busy entranceway as well, I think. So this beach here in Playa continues for many miles in both directions. And if you look out there just on the edge, you can see some buildings. That is Cozumel Island here as well. So there's actually a 2-for-1 deal here. If you come down to Playa and want to spend some time here, you also have the option to go over to Cozumel Island and check that out too. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to go over to Cozumel or not. It looks like pretty much just a party town on an island. And if you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I am not a huge partier these days. A little too old for that. But at the same time, it might be kind of nice to check it out. I did have a really nice experience on Holbox Island. So we'll see. Just depends. Anyway, that's just a brief showing of the beach and stuff down here in Playa del Carmen. I think it's an area that's very well documented online. Shows you the beaches and the tourist area quite heavily. Not really my vibe, so we're gonna head back up and out of the tourist area and go up and check out some of the local stuff instead. I'm sure this was all manufactured, but it's a pretty cool looking building. Much quieter as soon as you get out of the tourist area down there too by the beach. So it's almost lunchtime, and really notice the difference, just having walked 3-4 blocks up from the beach past the tourist area back into the real Playa del Carmen, we'll call it. Just a different experience. It's quieter, more laid back, less music pounding out of every storefront. So it's almost noon, and I think it's taco time, because when you're traveling solo, taco time can be whatever you want it to be, and I think that's now. So I'm gonna make my way up to the place I went to the other day. Had a really good experience there. The food was delicious, really well priced, and yeah, we'll check it out. And I also need a coffee, so make a mental note of this place for later. Well, apparently it's not always taco time. It's only taco time if the restaurant's open. So A Taco, where I was going to go for lunch, is closed until 1 o'clock. So there's another restaurant here where I usually just go get my coffee, but their menu looked pretty good, so I'm going to go check that out. Well, the world of souvenirs finally had something that no one else did for me. My patch of Mexico. So it took 25 cities and 4 months, and yeah, a long time, but finally got one. So I'm gonna add it to the backpack, so that'll be country number 12 or 13, I think, on the backpack. So for those who have been following my videos for a while, you know that I've been looking for one of those backpack patches for quite some time, and surprised how difficult it was to actually find one. But now that I have one, it feels great. And ironically enough, in one of the few places that I had left on my list to visit here in Mexico. So fantastic news. And yeah, if you need to find a backpack patch, the World of Souvenirs store had all kinds. Buenos dias and good morning from another day here in Playa del Carmen along the Mayan Riviera here in Mexico. Today is my last full day here. It's been an amazing place to stay. My hotel, which you'll see in a little bit, I'm going to do a review on, has been probably one of the better deals I've had in Mexico based on its price, location and stuff, so it's been fantastic for that. We're just gonna head down here for some breakfast. I was watching some other videos from Playa del Carmen, and there's a guy here by the name of the Rope Monster, which has been living, I think, in Playa for quite some time, and checked this place out for a meal and recommended it, and it's only a couple blocks from where I'm staying, so I'm gonna head down there and get some breakfast and check it out. So this is Los Portales del Mercado down here in Playa. It's just a couple of blocks from the beach and a couple of blocks from my hotel. And yeah, just waiting for breakfast to show up. I got a nice coffee here to start, and we'll see how it is. I'll probably have to give some thoughts afterwards because there's music playing in here, and we know what happens when there's music playing in the background on YouTube videos. So I'll get back to you on that one. So just before digging into this is chilaquiles with chicken and egg, and was 100 pesos here at the restaurant. So, it's a great breakfast. It was 100 pesos for the chilaquiles, which came with fried egg and chicken, so that was a great price. And then 125 pesos for a nice big cup of coffee. So yeah, whole thing came to 125, which is, you know, less than $10 Canadian even. So great start to the day. So tomorrow I have decided I'm going to go over to Cozumel for a few nights and check it out. I found a really good price there at a place and had a free upgrade there as well for the room. So if you're looking for a, you know, cheap, reasonable, delicious place to eat, that'd be my recommendation. It's actually part of a larger section called the Playa Mercado building, which has a bunch of different places in it. So I'm sure that some of the other ones there are good options as well. If it's too busy, just have a walk around that area. There was lots of different options there with looked like pretty equal or similar prices at least. And yeah, so that would be a great stop. Just a nice way to avoid having to spend, you know, $30 or $40 on a breakfast somewhere. So some thoughts on Playa del Carmen. I've been here now for a number of days, and I would say that it is a far better experience and a far better time than Cancun was. If you've seen that video, you understand the complaints I had with Cancun. Really didn't enjoy the time that I spent there very much for a number of reasons. But Playa kind of feels to me like it's a nice combination of Holbox, where you've got the nice beach right there. It's pretty laid back here. It's easily walkable. The whole downtown area is super simple to get around. But then it has some of the benefits of a bigger city. You know, it's got slightly better infrastructure. You know, more options, more restaurants, more stores if you need to pick some stuff up, those types of things. So it's great for that. So if you were choosing to go somewhere and you're traveling the way that I am here, again, as a backpacker, I guess you would call it, you know, solo traveler, not into any kind of resorts or those types of things, and you had to pick between Cancun and Playa, I don't see how Cancun would be an option at all. It's so much better here in every way. And as I mentioned previously, that if you come here, you also have the extra option of then going over to Cozumel, which is where I'm headed tomorrow. But yeah, Playa is beautiful. I mean, you know, lots of nice modern buildings, some great restaurants. There's a nice large square just up ahead. And if you're staying where I am, sort of in the central area, you have full access to just about anything you'd want. So there's a Walmart actually just 2 blocks from where I'm staying. There's lots of bank machines. There's, you know, grocery stores. There's all those types of things that you'd be wanting to look for. If you're staying in a place that has a kitchen, I mean, it's a no-brainer to come here with, you know, being able to get pretty much whatever you want in order to be able to cook. So in terms of the history here in Playa del Carmen, I would say it mirrors in some ways how Cancun was grown up. So Playa kind of sprung up as a new destination for people who were looking for something other than Cancun, ironically enough. And so it's, you know, it's now one of the 10 fastest growing cities here in Mexico. And I think that you're seeing a lot of that spillover from Cancun to the north down this way. And I mean, Playa has certainly benefited from that in many ways. I think one of the things that keeps it from being as busy as Cancun is that there's no airport here in Playa. The closest airport is actually up in Cancun, so even if you get up there, you still have to, you know, hop on a bus or Whatever, if you're staying at a hotel here, they may have shuttles. But for the most part, yeah, there's no direct flight into Playa here, so that's nice. It kind of gives more of a chill vibe. You don't see that massive wave of people coming off planes non-stop like you do in Cancun. So I would really recommend that if you are looking for a place here in the along this stretch of Mexico here in the Yucatan, along the Mayan Riviera as it's known, this is a much better option. Probably more affordable than Cancun in some ways if you're looking in that direction as well for costs, and just a more laid-back vibe. And I really like it here. If I was going to come back to this part of Mexico for like a vacation or like a one place I'd want to come back to along the Mayan Riviera and spending a week or a couple weeks just kind of relaxing and not doing a whole lot other than Holbox, this would be number 2, I think. So I thought I'd give you a quick room review here of where I'm staying at in Playa del Carmen, which is just down by the center square here, the municipal square in the city. I'm about 2 or 3 blocks from the pedestrian part down towards the beach, and just a couple of blocks away from grocery stores, Walmart, lots of restaurants around, coffee shops, all that sort of thing, all very nearby. The downtown area of Playa is extremely walkable, very flat, easy to get around. The streets are all numbered, so there's even numbered rows on the streets, and they cross over with other even numbered rows. So it makes it very simple to find your way around here. So here at the hotel, I booked a king-size room. I actually booked they call it the suite room, which is basically just a small upgrade, which includes some things like a bar fridge, which is nice to have in the room to keep some drinks cold. So I'll just kind of give you a quick rundown here. There's a little desk here with a couple of chairs, kind of like a little eating table, I guess, but I've been using it for work. The aforementioned mini fridge is here. They've been keeping it stocked with some drinks inside there, some water and some pop, which is nice. I've got a really lovely view here outside. There's a very small balcony. I didn't bother going out on it, but nice view here outside the windows. And then, of course, there's a nice king-size bed here. Has been super comfortable. 3 really good pillows. It's been great for sleeping. And then you have all the usual things. There's a nice air conditioner, mini split, as we call them, up on the wall, which has kept the room very cool. Nice fan here as well, if you want that. Bedside table with lamp and charging. Another little vanity area here with a mirror, if you wanted to, make yourself look pretty in the mornings. It's going to take a lot more than a mirror to do that for me, but anyway. TV up on the wall with lots of TV channels and stuff. There's lots of storage in here as well. So you can see there's hangers and space for clothes. And then over here there's also more shelves for other clothes and a little safe. And then of course in here you also have a bathroom. Again, with a mirror. And nice open shower here. Really good hot water here. It's been great. So I'll put the name and price and stuff here on the screen. There's a QR code here as well if you want to have a look at their website and look at some of the different prices that they have. But yeah, I looked around quite a bit in Playa for the right combination of price, location, all that sort of stuff. And this was a great spot. It's worked out excellent. And I have zero complaints whatsoever. They even let me check in late when I arrived. And there's always someone down at the desk 24/7, so that if you have any questions or anything like that, there's always someone down there. So yeah, that's really about it. Great spot, great hotel, great staff. They come in and clean the place every day if you want. Nothing at all to complain about. Highly recommend it. So that's going to do it from this video from Playa del Carmen. As I mentioned, tomorrow I'm heading on the ferry over to Cozumel for 3 days to check that out. And then beyond there, still a little undecided. I'm ultimately going to Tulum, of course, and we'll figure it out after that. But my time in Mexico is very quickly coming to an end. I know I've said this before, but I have now traveled through Mexico for 5 months basically, and I've hit 25 different locations. I've recorded over 50 videos now across Mexico, so I hope that you take the time to check some of those out and find a place of your own that you think would look really cool and be kind of really interesting to see. I try to remain as unbiased and non-political as possible in my videos. I just kind of want to showcase it as someone who's traveling by themselves, hitting all these places for the first time in their life and seeing what it's all about. So I hope that you've found these videos to be very useful. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a comment below, that'd be fantastic, or even just a like on the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well. Every subscription that I get means a lot to me. I've been overwhelmed here with how well received, I guess, my videos have been. I've received so many wonderful comments from people, and I really appreciate them all. I do take the time to try and respond to everybody as much as I can. If you leave a comment in Spanish, I will try and respond in Spanish. I may use Google Translate to help me out a little bit, but that's the least I can do. So that's it. We're done. We're out of here tomorrow. And remember, life is short. Wander. I'll see you in the next video.